Hello everyone, in this video we will do the daily current affairs analysis of 20th January 2022. So the first topic which we will discuss is fugitive economic offender. So who is a fugitive economic offender? A person can be named an offender under the law if there is an arrest warrant against him or her for involvement in economic offences involving at least rupees 100 crore or more and has fled from India to escape legal action. What's the process of extradition? The investigating agencies have to file an application in a special court under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act containing details of the properties to be confiscated and any information about the person's whereabouts. Then the special court issues a notice to the person to appear at a specified place and date within 6 weeks from the issue of notice, and proceedings shall be terminated if the person appears. If the person does not appear, the person would be declared a fugitive economic offender based on the evidence filed by the investigating agency. According to the Fugitive Economic Offenders Act 2018, the person who is declared as a fugitive economic offender can challenge the proclamation in the High Court within 30 days of such declaration. Source of this news is the Indian Express. Next is Supreme Court Collegium. So it is from GS paper 2 and topic is appointment to various constitutional posts, powers, functions and responsibilities of various constitutional bodies. So why in the news? The Supreme Court Collegium has approved 10 additional judges of the Karnataka High Court and 2 from the Kerala High Court for appointment as permanent judges of these courts. So significance of the move: the Collegium is pushing hard to fill vacancies. There is likely to be a steady flow of recommendation of names for filling vacancies in the 25 high courts, which have over 465 vacancies. This is over 41% of the total sanctioned judicial strength of 1098 in the high courts. So who appoints judges to the Supreme Court? In exercise to the powers conferred by Clause 2 of Article 124 of the Constitution of India, the appointments are made by the President of India. The names are recommended by the Collegium. Eligibility to become a Supreme Court judge. The norms relating to the eligibility has been envisioned in the Article 124 of the Indian Constitution. To become a judge of the Supreme Court, an individual should be an Indian citizen. In terms of age, a person should not exceed 65 years of age. The person should serve as a judge of one high court or more continuously for at least 5 years, or the person should be an advocate in the high court for at least 10 years, or a distinguished jurist. Is the Collegium's recommendation final and binding? The Collegium sends its final recommendation to the President of India for approval. The President can either accept it or reject it. In the case it is rejected, the recommendation comes back to the Collegium. If the Collegium reiterates its recommendation to the President, then he or she is bound by that recommendation. So common criticism made against the Collegium system: opaqueness and a lack of transparency, scope of nepotism, embroilment in public controversies, overlooks several talented junior judges and advocates. So reforms needed: a transparent and participatory procedure, preferably by an independent, broad-based constitutional body guaranteeing judicial primacy but not judicial exclusivity. It should ensure independence, reflect diversity, demonstrate professional competence and integrity. Instead of selecting the number of judges required against a certain number of vacancies, the Collegium must provide a panel of possible names to the President to appointment in order of preference and other valid criteria. The source of this news is The Hindu. So the next topic in news is the appointment of Speaker and Deputy Speaker. So how are speakers and deputy speakers selected? Article 93 of Lok Sabha and Article 178 of the State Assemblies states that these houses will elect their two members to be the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker. In the Lok Sabha and in the legislatures, the President or the Governor sets the date for the election of the Speaker, and the Speaker decides the date of the election of the Deputy Speaker. Is it mandatory under the Constitution to have a Deputy Speaker? Constitutional experts point out that both Article 93 and 178 use the words shall and as soon as be, indicating that the election of the Speaker and Deputy Speaker is not only compulsory but urgent. Their roles and responsibilities. The Speaker is the chief spokesperson of the House, representing its united voice and its only representative outside the House. The Speaker presides over the proceedings of the House and the joint sitting of the two houses of Parliament. It is the Speaker's decision that decides whether the bill is a finance bill or a money bill or not. Usually, the Speaker comes from the ruling party. In the case of Lok Sabha Deputy Speaker, the position has been different over the years. The Constitution has sought to ensure the independence of the Speaker by charging his salary on India's consolidated fund, and the same is not voted on by Parliament. During a general debate on the bill, members of Parliament should refer only to the Speaker while speaking. Duration. Once elected, the Deputy Speaker usually holds office until the end of the House. Under Article 94, Section 179 of the Legislature, the Speaker or Deputy Speaker shall resign if he or she ceases to be a member of the House of Representatives. They may resign each other or may be removed from office by a resolution of the House of Representatives passed by a majority of all members of the House at the time. Powers of Deputy Speaker. The Deputy Speaker has the same powers as the Speaker when presiding over the sitting of the House. All references to the Speaker in the rules are regarded as indications by the Deputy Speaker in charge. States that have set a deadline to hold elections. The Constitution does not set a timeline and does not specify the procedure for this election. It is up to the legislature to decide how the election will be conducted. For example, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh specify the length of time. Haryana, the election of the Speaker must take place as soon as possible after the election. A Deputy Speaker will be elected within 7 days. The rules also stipulate that if a vacancy at these offices occurs after that, elections must be held within 7 days of the next session of the legislature. Uttar Pradesh. There is a 15-day deadline for the election of the Speaker. In the case of the Deputy Speaker, the date of the first election must be determined by the Speaker with 30 days to fill the remaining vacancies. Source of this news is the Indian Express. Next is the hot springs. It is a prelim specific topic. So the hot springs point in Ladakh is one of the 4 points where Indian and Chinese troops retreated face to face during the May 2020 resistance. Hot springs, traditionally known as Kiam, is a camping site and a test site for the Indian border patrol point 15 on the Changchenmo River in Ladakh near the border with China. The area got its name from the hot springs in the area. It lies in the southeast of the Galwan Valley. It is close to Konkala, the word that shows the line of actual control. The passage also marks the border between China's two most critical provinces, Xinjiang in the north and Tibet in the south. Konkala lies west of China's G219 highway connecting Xinjiang with Tibet. The source of this news is The Hindu. The next topic in news is National School of Drama. So it is a prelim specific topic set up by the Sangeet Natak Academy as one of its constituent units in 1959. In 1975, it became an independent entity and was registered as an autonomous organization under the Societies Registration Act 21 of 1860, fully financed by the Ministry of Culture. National School of Drama organizes the Bharat Rang Mahotsav or the National Theatre Festival, which it established in 1999. It is the annual theatre festival of the National School of Drama held at New Delhi. Today, this festival is acknowledged as the largest theatre festival of Asia dedicated solely to theatre. So, source of this news is the Indian Express. So, thanks a lot for watching the analysis video. Have a nice day.